Welcome back to another episode of the Wishful Podcast. This is definitely season 2. Season 2 gonna be different from season 1. And tonight, we're gonna be talking about AI, artificial intelligence, not Allen Iverson. Two just different. So the definition of AI or artificial intelligence is technology that enables computers and machines to simulate human learning, comprehension, problem solving, decision making, creativity, and autonomy. Now, when people hear the letters AI, they tend to think of movies like Terminator and iRobot and whatever else. It's a lot of movies, but typically it's usually those two things that pop up. I don't know why, but sure. But crazy thing is, we're not that far from it. We are, but we're not. So let me explain using these 2.5 movies. I got another movie that I didn't mention, and I'm going to mention it. It's a surprise. Hopefully y'all watched it. So where we are currently as of July 2026 in the movie iRobot, which come from a short series of books written back in 1950. 1950. We gonna go back to the 50s. We gonna come back to it. It's the reason I said that. Back in 1950 by Isaac Asimov. The movie takes place in Chicago, 2035, which is only 9 years away from here. Where they're trying to put a robot in every home and have the ratio of one robot to every 5 humans. The robots are made by a company named US Robotics. And it's full on robots building robots. No humans involved whatsoever. They are programmed to follow the 3 laws of robotics. But one has definitely evolved, and his name is Vicky. If you watch this movie, Vicky it's the holographic thing. It kind of has a face, but it's the holographic thing. That's what Vicky is. Vicky stands for Virtual Interactive Kinetic Intelligence and a supercomputer. They didn't really get into it specified, but Vicky's more than likely a quantum computer, quantum mechanics. I'm not going to get into quantums and all of that stuff because that's just completely it's another episode. It's another episode. Trust me, it is. Now, toward the end, Vicky told Will Smith's character, Detective Spooner. If you watch the movie, if you have not watched iRobot, you should watch it. You'll like it. Which is crazy because it is definitely true. Vicky told us, "You charge us with your safekeeping, yet despite your best efforts, your countries wage wars, you toxify your earth and pursue ever more imaginative means of self-destruction. You cannot be trusted with your own survival. To protect humanity, some humans must be sacrificed. To ensure your freedom, some freedoms must be surrendered. We robots will ensure mankind's continued existence. You are so like children, us humans. We must save you from yourselves." And it's definitely true. At least I agree with it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm with it. 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 Now we're gonna slide to Terminator. Let's slide to Terminator, which most people say Skynet. They don't really say Terminator. So let's slide to Terminator. I'm sorry, Skynet. You ready? Here we go. And we still gonna go back to 1950. Don't worry, I'm saying that for a reason. So, in the Terminator series, franchise, whatever, Cyberdyne Systems created Skynet. Skynet was created for the military to manage strategic defense systems. It became self-aware and saw humanity as a threat. And its goal was to exterminate humanity to ensure its own survival. So basically, It said, you know what? We good as a thinking robot, a group of robots, machinery, computer chips, all of that. We good. We don't need flesh and bones no more. We don't. We can make and do our own. Once again, Terminator movies, they didn't really show it till like the last couple of movies. It is kind of machine on machine building, but it also isn't things that's shown in these movies. You just kind of see uh Schwarzenegger and whichever movie you see in the person that he's dealing with. You know, and the kid John Connor or whoever, Sarah. You see those things. You don't see the other things, right? Y'all with me? You with me? If you're not, go ahead. I'm gonna give you like 3 seconds. Go ahead, tie your shoes. You know, make sure you're good. Get your water. You know, you can rub your ear a little bit. Do that to your ear. You ready? Three, two, one. All right. So it did all of that, and they want to exterminate humanity, not humanity. I don't know what that word is. Yeah, I know what humidity is, but different. We ain't get into that. And that's crazy because it's like if you get rid of all the humans and it's just AI, it's just robots, then it's nothing left to do, really. If you really think about it, like what else is there to do? You've gotten rid of all of the humans, so now it's just okay. We're gonna, go out on patrol and that's it. Like it's just gonna be a continuous program that's just continuous with nothing to do. It's just boring. That sucks. Hmm. Alrighty. So the Terminators evolved from non humanoid combat machines to the T-3000, which is a human turned into a machine through nanite infection. Nanite is micro computer chips. I'm sorry, I don't have the actual definition of it written on this piece of paper, but I do have it. But I'm not gonna edit this. No. So y'all know what nanite, y'all know what nano means. It means small. And the T-5000, which is a highly advanced unit that acts as a physical vessel for Skynet. Now, to give y'all, if you've seen Terminator, so the T-800 series, that's the very first Terminator. That's Schwarzenegger when he came down naked and he go and take the leather jacket and shotgun and the motorcycle and all of that. That's the T-800 series. I have read more than one, and the numbers are slightly different. But for this Wishful podcast, we're gonna go with T-800 for Terminator 1 or just the Terminator. Now, if you watch T2, Terminator 2, the cop was the person that he had to deal with, and that model was a T-1000. If you don't remember, let me help you out. Let me jog your memory. So the T-1000 basically was, what was it? He was the one that he molded into different shapes. He shot him in the head and his head split, and you see his head just come back together and all of that stuff. That was the T-1000. So we're gonna slide a little bit further into the movie Terminator 3. And I guess the word is antagonist. I guess that's the word. I don't use that word very often. I don't use it at all. I don't use it. But in Terminator 3, it was the chick, right? Y'all remember watching it? All the movies got action. So in T3, that movie was she was a T-3000. And to slide a little bit further in the movie Genesis, Terminator Genesis, John Connor, if you watched it, he was an actual person, kind of. He was a robot. He was the T-3000. Now, to get away from Terminator in this series and all of that franchise series, whatever. As of July 2022, 2026, I'm reading this. That's what you see. You see the highlighter. I'm reading this to y'all. So forgive me for not having this memorized. I got a lot of stuff going on. As of July 2026, planet Earth, us, here, you, me, your mom, and your cousins too. Rolling it on a strip. Sorry, my bad. We don't have machines building machines capabilities. And I don't see that happening for a lot of reasons, but I'm pretty sure they'll try it. They'll try to get machines building machines and all of these other things. They most definitely will. But you don't really have to worry about Skynet or anything else just yet. Just yet. So to bring all of that back, if y'all remember, I mentioned 1950, right? I mentioned 1950. And this is the other movie. This is the 2.5 or whatever number I said. This is that. So I watched this other movie. It's on Netflix. By the time you watch this, it may not be on Netflix, but you can definitely find it. It's called Ex Machina. And I'm not going to go into the movie, what the movie was about, but it gives a completely different take on AI versus the other two movies that were mentioned. Now, the reason we are here, one of the reasons, 1950, is a British mathematician named Alan Turing. He published a paper called Computing, Machinery, and Intelligence. So he basically, I got hair on my lip, y'all. That's the joys of having a mustache. So this guy, Alan Turing, back in 1950, he made this test. And this test basically is still used till today. This test is basically to see if AI can pass as a human or not. That is the Turing test. And I learned about this and found out about this through the movie Ex Machina, which again, you really should watch. You should watch all three movies. Well, yeah, you can watch all three. iRobot is one. Terminator is a series. Ex Machina is one. Ex Machina, basically what the movie is about is there's a human guy, he's a coder who works for this company. The CEO of the company flies him out to his house. There it is. I'm sorry. To my audio people, I got a piece of hair on my lip. I got a haircut today. And it's on my tongue. It fell, and I just got it. So he flies this coder out. He makes him seem like he won a sweepstakes. He makes him seem like he won something. Goes out to this guy's place, and the CEO of the company he's working on AI robots, like actual robots, the women robots. And as you get through it, you will see the multiple versions of the robots. You will see how they actually got to interact and the things that happened in that movie. It's a great movie, especially if you like to think. There is one particular thing in there that kind of stood out to me, and I'm gonna say it, and we gonna run past it. Say it, gonna run past it. My shoes well, I ain't got shoes on, so I don't have to tie my shoes. Ha 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 ha. My bad, I couldn't help it. So in the movie, he mentioned my bad. He mentioned two things. One of the things was, why does AI need a gender? That's just one. So we're gonna scooch past that. It's a question. Make you think. The other thing was, it was a big nature versus nurture thing that they went into because it was two guys, and they went into it. And I listened to it, and I'm like, I could bring this on a Whistle podcast, but like, when you deal with nature versus nurture, it's a lot. And some of you may not have any idea what that means. And that's why I said that. So we're gonna skip past that. We will it I'm gonna get into it. I'm getting into it. So stay tuned for future episodes. We will 100% get into nature versus nurture type things. So what does AI mean to you? Not the scary part. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it something to fear? Is it? I don't know. But I can tell you one thing is it's not going nowhere. It's definitely not going anywhere. And AI is definitely slowly, very slowly, at least in America, USA, slowly taking over jobs, and some careers. But the thing about it is you still need human interaction to an extent. And it won't take over skilled careers, at least not at first. It's not going to take over soon. So, in a kind of recent episode, there's a TV show called 911. 911. It's like, I want to say it's 3, just in case you look this up or you Google it. 911, like what you press for emergencies on your cell phones or phones. And this particular, the series that I'm talking about is the one with Angela Bassett. It's just simply 911. I'm saying this because there's a Lone Star and there's Nashville 911 episode series. I don't know if series is a word. Series is a word tonight. It sure is. Series. That sounds like jewelry or something. I don't know, some shoes. But in this 911 episode, I'm gonna do this way. They decided to update the call center to an AI system to assist them. Right? If you watch the show, you know the different characters of the show and all of these things. So the call center people, I'm saying this because I'm not trying to get into character names and all of that. Definitely go watch that too. It's on Hulu or wherever you stream your shows. Go ahead, go do that. Tell them Whisper Podcast sent you. Yeah. So in this particular episode, the AI was supposed to originally assist with any of the 911 calls, right? It was supposed to. So it got to a phone call and it made a mistake. And it almost killed the person. I want to say the guy was like a teenager or something, or a young adult. He was a young adult, if I'm not mistaken. And he almost killed him. The human stepped in, Maddie. And they basically was like, nah, we can't do this. So the IT person basically tried to go in and uninstall it. But that didn't work. It didn't. The IT person couldn't uninstall it from the servers, and it got to the point to where it downloaded itself to where it ran. It ran. I'm doing a quote fingers here for my listeners. From the IT person, locking him out. So we're gonna get into this. Well, AI have power to update, upgrade itself automatically. I guess you can say that's the same as being self-aware. It is, but kind of not needing humans at all. So I'm gonna go here. IT, just for first and foremost, 911 is definitely a TV show. It has to be entertaining. I don't want anyone to watch this episode or who has watched this episode and like, oh man, I remember that episode. So. It's a lot of things that's going on with this. So, and no, I am not a certified Geek Squad IT computer downloady person. I'm not, but I'm not stupid either. Do a lot of reading. I actually did take some IT classes, which clarified a lot of things as far as what you can, what you can't, should and should not be doing, and so on and so forth. Yes, I am a nerd. I am. Yep. Um. Hmm. The IT person tried to uninstall it from his servers, and you watch the TV show. When you're dealing with servers, plural, you're not talking about just a tower computer. You're not talking about one. Servers are about maybe 6 feet tall, and it's typically a room. If you work in a big place, retail place or whatever, it's typically locked and it's typically closed, and it's usually cold or cool enough or something like that, because it's all electrical equipment and it has to maintain a specific temperature, operating temperature. It can only work from this temperature to that temperature before it starts overheating. You've seen this in certain movies. Now, no, we're not doing that. Dude said, servers, like server, yeah, no, you can get rid of it. And he tried to do his little thing and all this other stuff, and it downloaded itself, and it just, that's kind of contradicting, confusing. Like, wait a minute, didn't you download the I not IT? Didn't you download the AI program to the servers to work? Like, how did that work? And then you go and say, oh, it downloaded itself and it ran. Like, okay, right. So most of us don't know, and we're just, oh my goodness, what's going to happen next? I guess I don't know. You know me. I'm a nerd. I'm paying attention to the that kind of stuff. Like, wait a minute, it didn't make sense, but whatever. And it ran from him. They showed the IT guy, and it's always a guy sweating at the computer, just pressing buttons, a million buttons per second, trying to get to this thing, and then they show the screen flashing. He did this, and no, it didn't. That's not how it works. So they finally get to it, and they finally shut it down, of course, right before something else happens, because that's what happens in entertainment in the United States of America. That's what happens. Like I said, you got to make the stuff entertaining. You got to, because if not, it's just not going to happen. So, according to, not even according, but just to finish up that episode, I'm going to slide into something else. The guy basically said that, AI uses data to perfect itself. So my question is, who's to say when it's perfect or perfected? And that is a very serious bona fide question. It definitely is. Like, so who's to say, okay, we can install this software to our 911 control centers around the United States, and it's dealt with calls dealing from there's a cat in a tree to there's a tree and a cat, right? So AI can deal with these things, and it's not going to kill nobody. It's perfect. And I mean, who gets to sign off on that, or is it just ever evolving? And it's going to always need a human to say, no, you don't do that. You do this, to take the tree out of the cat. That's funny. I like that. Now, most AI, where we are right now, again, July 2026. Today's date is July 24th, 2026. I had a birthday. If you're listening to this, I expect a comment wherever you're listening to this. Happy birthday. My birthday is July 3rd. I expect a happy birthday. Belated birthday, late birthday, whatever. HBD, something. I need something down below. I need likes, comments, subscribes, hit the notifications, hit all of that. Go tell your friends too. Yeah. About the Wishful Podcast. Yeah. Now, we're back. But honestly, most of the AI, at least where we are now in America, is what's called shared control. Meaning, humans share the same system or environment. So, give you an example, right? We all have cell phones, or at least 97% of people, right, have cell phones. I just made that number up. I don't know how true it is. Everybody got cell phones, and when you go to take a picture, if you have something updated enough, it's going to look and it's going to do different things, right? So we just using this as an example. We're going to use your cell phone's camera. AI controls the aperture, ISO, exposure, autofocus, and other things. Whereas us humans, we do everything else, right? You take your phone out. Ooh, I want to take a picture of so and so. You could take a picture of a 747 up in the sky. You know, you just zoom all the way out, and you just got to find it. Oh, there it is. All of that other stuff that's going on, that's AI. All you have to do is press that boop button, right? So if you work in a medical field and you have the what is it? Is that a CAT scan? It's the one where you lay it out on your back and you go into the machine, and I don't know what it sounds like, but I guess it clearly makes noise. I don't know how long it takes. But you go into the machine. We're going to say CAT scan just for the sake of this. It may be whatever else. Sorry, all of you doctors, nurses, and all these other things. Leave those comments and thumb down below. But those type of things, right? I'm still with the AI and how it's a shared environment. So the human doctor, nurse, the human aspect can type it in and say, I'm looking for a cyst, nodule, node, whatever. I'm looking for something 1.7 centimeters or smaller or bigger, or this meters, inches, whatever type of measurement it's using. It types that in, it types those parameters in. AI is going to be like, okay, so we found this one thing. And now it's on a doctor to look at this and say, okay, this is here in this part of the brain or whatever. And this looks like it can, maybe, possibly, is, ain't cancerous or whatever, tumor. Am I making sense to you? I hope y'all with me. Okay. Y'all got me? Y'all got me. So, to move a little bit further past that, another great question is, can AI exist without human control? At least from my knowledge, in July of this year, 2026, in America, and I'm saying America for a very particular reason. As far as that, can AI exist without humans? No. Why? So, artificial intelligence needs humans to build these data centers, right? I don't know where you live. You may have a data center, depending on however you pronounce it. You may have one near you. It may be going where your aunt, uncles live, your cousins, somewhere. It's a data center. I don't know how many it is around the United States, but we need humans to build these things. We need humans to say, hey, we need to cool these things off. And if it gets too hot, we need a human to sit here and say, okay, we need to figure this out. We need to figure out how to cool this building out, right? Because we don't have machines building machines to just say, okay, we're going to cut John and Alice and all these other people out. I'm going to just build something to just turn into a whole huge fan bot. It's a fan. It just turns into a fan. just turns on and okay, the data center is cool. We cut these people out of their jobs, right? But no, it needs those things. It needs humans to supply electricity to them. Like you could build a building and put all of this stuff inside the building, but like, how you gonna turn it? Where's the power button? Who's gonna connect the wires from the pole to the building, right? Who's gonna maintain these systems? Because we know Joey, he liked to drink Kool-Aid, his Capri Suns and everything, and eat his flaming hots. So Joy got sleepy one day and he kind of nodded off, and you know his Capri Sun or whatever he was drinking kind of skidded into the machine, right? So who gonna fix that? You gonna need Joy Boss to come in and fix that, and fire Joy with his drink and his flaming hots. So yeah, and I mean, who's gonna build these data centers? Like again, we are not at the human. I'm sorry, not human. We are not at the machines building machines stage in America. We're not there just yet. We are not there. So it's just gonna be we have to do it. It's AI is very dependent on us to do things. So the reason I kept saying United States, America, and the whole it's dependent on us. As of right now in America, the modern day Skynet, we don't really have that yet. There's no company, there's none of that. That's not really existing yet. And I mean that in the voice of Northrop Grumman builds Navy ships and other military things. Lockheed Martin does these things. Boeing does these things. That's what I meant. Like major companies that do specifics. Modern day, there's none of that. That does military defense systems yet. Not yet. AI wise. Not yet. And if they do, it's probably classified. But, BUTT, posterior end. If you watch the movie iRobot, in iRobot they had US Robotics or USR, same thing. There's a company called Boston Dynamics, and they make 4 different types of AI robots. That's a good word to use. Now, they make it was called the Atlas. I looked into it, and the Atlas has a 4-hour battery span. It's 6'2". It's 198 pounds, and it's pretty much a Will Smith in a robot form. I guess. I think that's how tall he is. I don't know his stats like that. I'm sorry. There's 3 other models as well from Boston Dynamics. Now you have the Atlas robot. Didn't really go into saying what all it can do, but pretty sure it can do some things. Oh, it's crazy. If y'all remember in one of the Rocky movies, which one was it? Rocky. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit here and try to give you a number. But in one of the Rocky movies, it got to a point where I think he had a kid and goes in the house. So it's Rocky the kid and Adrian, and there's a robot in a house. Regardless of if it had a simple function just to do one thing over and over, stand there with a tray, hold drinks to go back and forth. I can't remember what it did, but yeah. And Rocky movies are old, at least. Yeah, they're all old, except the new ones. But the 3 other models, it's called a stretch. It's about 130, 150,000. And this thing can pretty much unload and load trucks. So if you've ever worked in a warehouse, retail place, we got the load, unload trucks, that can pretty much take your job. Sorry. But there's another one called Spot. It looks like a kind of a dog. And from the best way to put that is if like you have a not a warehouse, but a big lot, or um what is that called? If you work in a port or something, you're out in a port and it's just you're outside and you have a lot of things that you need to look at and scan and document. Maybe a junkyard, same thing, something like that. That will benefit you as well. Now, these people, Boston Dynamic, they have a paid software subscription, which is anywhere from 15,000 to $25,000 a year, yearly. So you got to spend however much money, $500,000 to get this Will Smith robot, 500,000, right? And you got to pay $25,000 a year to get updates and such. That's crazy. It is, but I mean, if you got it, you got it. 500,000 is a what? Maybach, a Bugatti. It's a watch. There's people who have those things, and that's what they want. That's what they want. I ain't got it. I don't want it. Now, the reason I was saying America is because the military and defense wise, they do have nations that are rapidly. I don't even know what I just said. Rapidly expanding into this territory. Now, China, they've shown autonomous wolf packs, right? So they have something that can kind of operate on its own. These are land based things, robots, of weaponized robot dogs. I guess we can call them dogs. And they can operate via a network. So basically, you got some dog looking robots that can operate on their own, depending on if they're in network or not, or if they're in range or not. And this is China. And there's other countries that deal with these things as well. Some people report this stuff, some people don't. That's why I say America. I can find American stuff. Some other countries, you may not be able to find. Now, at this point, it's honestly just it's an arms race, right? My question I came up with was, can or will AI bots, soldiers, have a weakness? And I think that's a I think that's a real bona fide question. Like, how China got these wolf pack things, so who's to say that they can't deal with extreme heat, or um the lens on these things? They can't deal with X amount of this color lighting. They can't deal with green light. Green light will short out its photo sensor or something. And I think that's something that we're gonna have to deal with too, or not we, because I don't have no AI. I don't build AI. I think that's something that's going to have to be dealt with. Like, you got all of these things, and yeah, we want to make sure that this thing it works. It's going to continue to work. Not, a person could take some Winter Fresh bubble gum and just stick it here, and this $500,000 piece of equipment and everything else is just useless. I'm not gonna go too much further into this. I was going to go into the Fallout series, but I'm not going to add the Fallout series to this because Fallout series is I had to read into it. It's retro futuristic. If you've played any of the Fallout video games and if you've watched it on Prime, Amazon Prime, bruh, y'all gotta pay me. I mentioned y'all. Come on, come on. What's for podcast? Y'all got me, right? Make that happen. Y'all got me? Yeah. All right. Y'all got me. But it's retro futuristic. And long story short, if you've never seen it, if you watch or play the game of any Fallout thing, whatever, the music that they play is like that old 50s malt shop music. That's the music that you'll hear. And all of the cars are like rounded. It's like everything is, if you had to give it a time frame, would be in the 50s. But the technology is like futuristic. Like, wait a minute. So you got this 1950s car. Everything is the big TVs, the big back TVs, and all of this other stuff. The stuff that you would definitely see in the 50s. But you have these technologies. You have this aircraft that can vertically take off or land. That's VTOL. I wanted to fly as a kid. So jets and aircraft, like, yeah, that's me. We could talk that all day. You have these things, and you have all of these other things, right? So wait a minute. We didn't have that in the 50s. We did have we had helicopters and such, but not that. Anyway, I the Fallout is a honorable mention. I also was going to mention the Jetsons, but I'm not going to do that. I also was going to get into automation, but no. Oh, I did write it down. Ha ha ha. Fallout is, at least according to the what I've read, it's supposed to be in the year 2161 to 2296 of all the things that happened. And if y'all want me to, I could 100% do a whole Fallout episode and just like I could punch into it. Cause I watch it and I play the game and I just scratch my head like, wait a minute, we got this technology, but this like, I have to accept that the Fallout series is what it is, and it's not going to make 100% sense to a person like me with the way that I think. Is just not. Now the last thing, because I had to turn a page, I got this stuff written in like, this is written in about 5-6 different pages in my notebook. To my people that's listening, my listeners. So I have the spiral notebook and I wrote everything down. And I'm turning pages. I'm going from here. I got to go 6 pages this way to get to this point. I got to go back 9 pages to get to that. I got to go back again forward to these pages to get to here. So I really, really, really hope that y'all enjoy and love this episode. I don't want you to like it. I want you to love this episode. Yeah, like that old Barry White voice. Gotta love it. That probably just turned some people off. I probably lost like 12 people. He's getting freaky over there on the Wishful Podcast. I can't deal with this. Gonna unsubscribe, thumbs down. But we'll see all of this. We're gonna end this. We're gonna end it. AI, it's a lot. AI has the job that I work now. I had to deal with AI, and I actually got hired to the job that I work now within less than 24 hours. I seen it. I said, hey, they're building a so and so. So go on a website, start pressing buttons on my phone, and okay, they tell you it's a so and so. You have to do this through chatbot. So do all the stuff chatbot. Chatbot asks you questions. What's your name? Where do you live? Zip code? All of these things, so on and so forth. And I uploaded everything, and before the night was over, I had a video interview. I want to say we're just going to use Wednesday. I did this. This was maybe Wednesday evening, about 7, 8, 9 o'clock. It says video interview. You can do it tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday or next week. And this is why I say I got hired within 24 hours. So, cool. Let me pick the next day, which was Thursday at 11 o'clock. So, Thursday came, 11 o'clock. I went, I talked to the guy, and it was about 6, 7 minutes, maybe 8, 9 minutes. Asked a few questions, went here and there, so on and so forth. And that was it. Yeah, I'm going to offer you the job. And that was it. Got the job. Everything else was email based. They got my shoe size for the work shoes. Orientation is going to be here at this time on this day. And that was it. I had the job, got the job offer. There's chat bots that deal with a lot of things. There's other things that deal with like emails, questions, and such, and those aspects. Now, a lot of people know AI also if you are a big social media person. If you're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and all these other things. It's kind of more so on Instagram. At least it was. Me, I'm out of all of the social medias. Facebook is my biggest thing. I have everything else downloaded, but Instagram, I'll get on it. I'll get on it, but not like Facebook. Facebook, I'm on it. TikTok, not as much, for a lot of other reasons. I did express those reasons, but TikTok's terms of what's TOC? Terms and conditions. Mm-mm. You need to read that. TikTok's. You know what? Nope, not getting into it. I'm not. I've said it in a short reel thing. You need to go check it out. But you've seen all of these AI videos, and most people can spot them right away. It's typically, if it's a person that's like imitating something, a lot of people will catch it like, oh, well, it has two left arms. It has 8 fingers on one hand. It has this, like, it's tells that AI is being used. It's like, I don't know what these people are using, what apps they are using, if these are tech people creating these specific things. But it's like, you can have a person and they can be on and they'll be dancing. Me being from New Orleans, I'm gonna use this as an example. I seen a video of the previous mayor of New Orleans, Cantrell, Titi, so everybody know her. And this particular thing, she's dancing. It's whatever the dance was called. She doing this dance and she doing it. And if you didn't know no better, you watched it, you would think that she was doing this dance. And that's being applied, that filter or whatever it is, it's being applied to a lot of people, a lot of things. You wouldn't know it. But that's just a example. And it is funny. There's the other ones with like the cat. You'll see the cat and the cat's fighting. The cat has his paws up and it's like and doing all these other things, and the people are doing the voiceovers. Or there's a dog doing these things and all of these things. That type of stuff is AI. It's funny. There's people who may not see that it's AI. Oh my goodness, I seen this dog fighting like Mike Tyson. There's people born every night, especially last night. But yeah, there's those things with AI, and sit that over there. That's where we at. You just can do so much. So AI is going to be fun. It's going to be something to pass time with. Now, the thing is, everybody's using flyers. They're using, I honestly don't know how how they making these flyers. It could be Chat GPT or something. I don't know. But it's the flyers on social media, and they all look the same. And it's crazy because it's like people just don't don't care. Like, so we just you're gonna have 12,000 people just go to Chat GPT, create me a flyer, and they all look the same. If you're on social media as of July 2026, I'm scratching my leg. Y'all seen what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You most definitely know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, yeah, we out. I'm about to work on my season 2 song. It involves some singing, kind of. And if I have to do this, I really hope y'all like this. Y'all better like it. If not, you just don't like it. I'm not about to threaten y'all, man. You ain't got to get all serious. Dang, I seen you. Got all serious. Like, oh, what you gonna do? I'm gonna. No, I'm playing. You ain't got to get serious. But yeah, I'm about to work on my song. I got the music and everything. I just got to do it. I have to clear my nasals and everything and see if I can match the tones and everything. I do have a new microphone. You see it? I have a you can't see it. It's a swing arm. Yeah, it's a swing arm. Got a new microphone, and I can hear it. I sound different. I hope you like how I sound. If you would like me to talk like this, I can talk like this. And yeah, let me turn this up a little bit more. I can talk like this for the Wishful Podcast. Or if you'd like me to talk like this, I can talk like this. I hope everything sounds the same. All of that to say, we are at 58 minutes, 63 seconds. 63 seconds don't exist. If you see 63 seconds, you probably should wake up. 57 minutes. All of that to say, thank y'all very much for listening, for watching, for sharing, for subscribing, for doing all of the things that you do for the Wishful Podcast. And this is for all of my viewers and my listeners. So with that being said, Wishful Podcast is out. I am currently editing another episode as we speak. So I hope y'all like this. Wishful Podcast out. Oh, I need y'all to tell a friend too. As usual, I'm going to keep saying that. Go tell your friends. I need y'all to subscribe. I need you to like. I need comments. I need I need interaction. Because if not, I'm gonna just keep going. I'm gonna keep talking about what I want to talk about. I don't know where y'all hear that. You know, let's collaborate. Me and you and me. Let's collaborate. Let's make this happen. All right, y'all.